What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the never-ending saga of the mud truck. So, thing's been through a lot. We had issues with the original transmission. This was the TFLracing Bronco. Swapped that out to an R3 from RC 4-wheel drive. Couldn't get a shaft to stay together. Couldn't find a short enough shaft. Ended up making my own. Didn't hold up either. So I went with the original plan, and I put the R4 scale transmission in here with the Castle brushless setup. And everything's working great, except I think I snapped an axle shaft. It's still out there running. It's not making any noise from the front diff, but I believe this is a bad sign. I guess this is just mud truck life, isn't it? It's my first one, but from what I saw at USTE, it's either running or it ain't. It's kind of a thing. They just so much power through stuff that's not exactly designed for it. Thought these axles were pretty bulletproof. I mean, they're basically just all aluminum SEX 10-1 style axle. It's got a lot of bells and whistles on it, but apparently the insides were not as equally beefed up. So, that being said, I gotta try to find, I gotta tear into it first, but I'm not in the mood for that after it's been a couple hours swapping out the transmission. The transfer case is bolted to the frame rails. I had a hell of a time drilling through that steel. I thought this was just cheap, like Chinesium, but that cage is actually pretty solid. The flat plates on there are hardened. I had cobalt drill bits, and yeah, ended up burning through. But I got that in there nice and square. Now the transmission is only held in with these two mounting points up here from the mounting plate, the motor plate, and it's attached with that solid shaft to the transfer case. And it has holes up here. I was looking at making some kind of transmission cross member to add extra support, but it's not moving. It's not vibrating. It's not giving me any trouble at all as it is. So I think I'm going to leave it. That's a lot of extra work for something it doesn't really appear to need. I did have to remove more of the center console. That transmission sticks up a little bit higher, and luckily the transfer case, the top of it sticks up inside the armrest. I do hope one day to get interior back in here, but for now I'm testing and braking. So yeah, I think it's going to be a fun mud truck. Hope I didn't break anything else. Wheels, seems like there's just a lot of slop in those on these axles. And that one's still driving. It's just this one here is completely free spinning. But the pinion angles and everything on the drive shafts came out great with the new transfer case. It is a little bit higher than the old one, outputs were, but they're dead center. And so the shafts are perfectly parallel down the vehicle. And that R4 seems to be holding up just fine with the brushless motor. I've always kind of wondered if, it's geared more towards crawlers, if that was going to stand up to it. But I don't know how this happened. Like I said, I never heard any pop. I never had any weird reaction out of it. I'm thinking last night, I filmed this video late last night, and did some testing on the carpet in the living room, and I wonder if it might have broke it in there on that. It had a lot more grip. But it doesn't have as much top end speed with this transmission, but it's got that just initial off the line dig. I think it'll be enough. Of course, everything's dry now, so my mud pit I'd made's gone and all that. So let's have some rain here in the next couple of days. See if we can't get it out, and I don't know if I got to fix this axle first. But and comment below if you know where to get some parts for these. The TFLracing, I don't know if they are really any different than the SEX 10 axles. And then again, I'm not familiar with the heavy duty expensive stuff, so share any links below for recommendations, and I'll see you on the next one. Keep it scale.